vehicle, bukan vehicle. Jadi beberapa pronunciation aja yang kurang tepat, tapi itu udah bagus lah ya. Nah, terus juga dari sisi gaya ini adalah kita harus paham seperti yang tadi sudah, nggak sampai bosen, yang nonton itu terkesima, yang nonton tuh semangat, yang nonton tuh terpanasi ya. Yang tadi kita perhatikan banyak teman-teman itu yang justru kayak kayak sibuk bukan debat tapi sibuk baca. Ini salah satu yang mungkin saya amati sekali tadi adalah penampilan dari Miss Ami dari Insan Cendekia ya. Itu tadi masih terlalu terlihat baca banget ya. Apalagi kurang memperhatikan audionya sehingga suaranya tahu-tahu timbul tenggelam ya. Kita sempat kehilangan suaranya. Padahal kan harusnya benar-benar memperhatikan kepuasan pendengar ya. Dan bagaimana eye contact-nya itu seperti apa. Jadi meskipun kita tuh di layar kayak ini, teman-teman tuh ketika ngomong harus sambil melotot ngadep ke depan ini. Seolah-olah teman-teman ini semuanya, juri semuanya di depan teman-teman. Dan kalau bisa juga next time ya, itu kalau debat itu paling tidak tangannya itu bisa terlihat gini lah. Jangan sudah cuma segini, kadang-kadang cuma mata doang ya. Kecuali kalau kita sedang nonton pertunjukan ninja, is okay lah. Tapi ini bukan Naruto kan. Jadi perhatikan, upayakan tangan tuh bisa your hand movement should be shown, right? Itu ditunjukkan gitu kan, asik gitu. Matanya membelalak, menggebu-gebu. Kalau perlu, saya sering bilang kalau perlu ketika debat tuh layar kacanya teman-teman sampai basah penuh air liur gitu, menunjukkan wah ini ngeri nih debatnya. Ya. Terus juga jangan terlalu sibuk ya dalam konteks strategi. Jangan terlalu sibuk untuk sebagaimana dipaparkan oleh Miss Taci tadi, jangan terlalu sibuk untuk memaparkan argumentasi teman-teman sendiri, tapi simaklah apa yang disampaikan oleh pembicara sebelum Anda. Jangan cuma sibuk memaparkan pokoknya alasan saya ya ini, nggak gitu, tapi respon sampaikan pembicara sebelum kita. Sehingga debat itu hidup, ya. Debat itu hidup. Bukan kemudian kita kayak sibuk menyampaikan argumentasi, yang situ sibuk menyampaikan argumentasi, tapi kayak kesannya nggak nyambung gitu, kayak nggak connect gitu. Padahal debat itu kan harus saling terkoneksi. Gitu ya. Nah itu sih beberapa ini ya evaluation yang mungkin saya bisa berikan. Intinya adalah saya berharap pada next round itu ketika teman-teman tampil jangan terkesan banyak baca. Tunjukkan eye contact-nya kan. Kalau bisa videonya itu kayak saya gini, tangan kelihatan gitu. Jangan segini gitu kan. Matanya doang yang kelihatan. Kita kan jadi bingung, ini nonton film Susana apa gimana? Tunjukkan gitu loh. Dan kalau emosi, marah-marah gitu, kelihatan gitu. Jadi wah ini aura debatnya benar-benar debat gitu kan. Cuma juga jangan emosinya harus teratur ya, jangan sampai ngebanting device juga, ntar HP dibanting kan nggak jadi debat. Jadi tolong diatur dengan lebih baik. Ya. Terus yang tadi pronunciation-nya masih kurang, dikuatkan lagi, aksennya yang udah bagus tadi ya, yang sudah ke Britishan, wah itu naikkan lagi. Juga kalau debat salah satunya ketika berbicara memang juga jangan terlalu cepat juga sehingga kita bisa menikmati ini ngomong apa sih gitu. Terus kontennya, isi dari apa yang disampaikan itu supaya benar-benar dipahami dulu, jangan sampai terlalu banyak keluar konteks ya, karena tadi keluar konteksnya kayak lumayan banyak gitu, saya sampai bingung ini saya nggak salah baca tema kan. Karena kok jadi keluar jalur kayaknya gitu. Nah oke ya, jadi itu semoga bisa ketemu lagi dengan teman-teman di next round. Good luck everyone, Godspeed and bye. See ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sorry for everything.
Okay, thank you so much for Mr. Chi and Mr. Kir for the comment and advice. Hopefully we can do better in well, thank you to the judges and the two teams who have performed well today. For both teams, you are welcome to access the solution. Thank you. Good luck. Please leave the room soon. It's a good and third match soon. So don't leave the don't sleep.
Langsungan ya.
I
Recording stopped. Excuse me, can you repeat?
Is my voice clear?
Yes.
Please rename first your device and we'll begin this session. Please, the judges, you will start. Turn on your camera, please. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, judges and audience. Thank you for coming to this debate session. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Durina Nakamila, or you can call me Lala, as the moderator of Smention 2023 English debate category. We will guide the course of the debate in this very good morning. In front of us, there are two amazing judges, Mr. Erbagus Muhaiko PSS, as known as Mr. Good, and Miss Umi Kalsum SSC, as known as Miss Tachi. And also, there are two remarkable English debate teams that already joined and look so impressive from SMA Pesat School of Talent Team A, the government team, and Wadaya School, the opposition team. Is it correct? Okay. Before we begin, let's check the audio first from each team. Please, the government team, can you turn on your mic?
Hello. Hello. How are you doing? How's everyone? Hi.
Okay. Okay, it's clear. Okay, please, but the opposition, thank you. Please rename your device first, like the government team.
Can I just write DLOP?
IOP?
Deputy Leader of Opposition.
I'm sorry, I can catch it. What's that?
Deputy Leader of the Opposition.
Pemimpin, deputy leader. Your each team already has replay speech, right? Replay speaker.
Yes.
Okay. I think since all of them have ready to start, it will start the effectiveness. Okay. The rules were explained previously. Do you guys already understand? Okay. Let's just start this English debate match with the motion. The climate crisis is the main factor in destruction of marine ecosystem. The threatened marine ecosystem is our collective responsibility. Pollution from factory waste, scarcity of marine animals, and change in sea temperatures. As a youth generation, we are here to find the root of this problem by debating the motion. The climate crisis is the main factor in destruction of marine ecosystem. We will start from the first speaker of the government. You have 4 minutes to speak, starting now.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for this opportunity for letting us discuss about why climate crisis is the main factor in the destruction of marine ecosystem. But before we get into that, I would like to introduce ourselves first. My name is Rasha, or you can call me Rasha. I will be the government team first speaker. And second of all, we had Danang as our second speaker. And last but not least, we had Adila as our third speaker. So, today I stand before you to tell that the climate crisis is the main factor in the destruction of marine ecosystem. This is not a mere speculation, but a fact backed by numerous irrefutable scientific
Recording
studies.
in progress.
Such as the rise in sea temperatures, a direct result of climate change, is causing significant damage to the marine ecosystem. The coral reefs, which are home to the diverse range of marine life, are being destroyed due to the increase of water temperatures. This process, known as coral bleaching, can lead to the death of corals if it continues for too long. A study led by University of Glasgow predict that Indonesia Gili matras coral ecosystem will face annual severe bleaching due to climate change from 2026. Moving on, climate change is causing shift in the typical range of many marine species. As water temperature rise, many fish are moving further north, leading to significant impact on marine ecosystem and fishing communities. Moreover, increasing temperature are also linked to harmful algal blooms or HABs, sometimes called red tides. Some species of HABs can produce excessive amounts of biomass that can prevent light from reaching below the ocean surface. As this organism dies and decompose, oxygen level decrease, making it harder for other organisms to survive. A study from University of Jakarta or UNJ, Indonesia, and other institutions highlights the projected effect of climate change on the marine ecosystem in Southeast Asia seas. The study shows that warming seas are causing change to the marine life ecosystem of a phenomenon known as tropicalization. This leads to the retraction of species native to temperate region as it gets too warm or they face increased competition for habitats or fend off new predators. This change could have significant ecological, evolutionary, and socio-economic consequences. Lastly, climate change is expected to impact the productivity of marine fisheries. Through change in temperature, acidification, deoxygenation, the effects of sea level rise, and in the other factors, for example, America's East Coast is projected to see 20% to 30% decrease in fish harvest by 2060 due to climate change. Although there are many more factors besides climate change, I do still stand with my point, which is climate crisis is the main factor in the destruction of marine ecosystem. That is my point. Thank you.
Okay. Go on for the government team has been time for 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Okay, thank you for the first speaker from the government team. Now we'll continue to the first speaker of the opposition team. Your time is 4 minutes. Start from now.
It is exceedingly ignorant to state that the climate crisis is the main factor of the destruction of the marine ecosystem when factors such as pollution, overfishing, and other human activities exist. Good morning, honorable adjudicators and fellow debaters. It is with great privilege and responsibility that I, Sebastian Linuhom, am present today as the leader of opposition, stating first and foremost that this House wholeheartedly opposes the motion that the climate crisis is the main factor in the destruction of marine ecosystems. Since the government has neglected to give us the definition of the motion, I would like to define and outline the motion. The climate crisis refers to the rising temperatures caused by global warming and climate change, which is degrading our environment, causing extreme weather conditions, along with natural disasters, and have even affected the socio-economic state of the world. Furthermore, main factors refers to the number one factor in whatever the subject may be. In this case, the number one factor in the destruction of marine ecosystem. Finally, destruction of marine ecosystem refers to the destruction of marine habitats which are detrimental to marine life and the benefits that marine ecosystems can give us humans. Now, I would like to rebut the government. The opposition believes that the government has misunderstood the motion of the debate, as we are not arguing for if the marine crisis is a factor in destruction of marine ecosystem. However, we are arguing for if it is the main factor. As we have stated before, main factor refers to the number one factor in whatever subject this may be. They have stated multiple phenomenon and factors that are caused by climate crisis without taking into account and contrasting their points with other factors. As I've stated before, the opposition does not disagree with the fact that climate crisis is a threat to our marine ecosystem. However, there exist other more prevalent, immediate, and tangible threats. Take pollution. Pollution, including plastic waste, chemical leaks, and oil spills, caused by human intervention
Recording
pose a
stopped.
larger and very real threat to our marine ecosystem. These toxic and dangerous pollutants provide a massive impact to the ecosystem, causing habitat destruction, disrupting the meticulous balance of the ecosystem. They can even directly kill the wildlife by consumption or the wildlife getting stuck in or on the pollutants. Even if these issues
Recording
are
in progress.
exacerbated by the climate crisis, the fact stands that the climate crisis in of itself is not the main factor of the destruction of marine ecosystem. The Deputy Leader of Opposition will continue our direction by outlining more of these factors. I've been Sebastian, Leader of Opposition, and I urge you to consider our arguments with an open mind. Thank you, adjudicators and fellow debaters.
Okay, thank you so much for the first speaker of the opposition team. Now we'll continue to the second speaker, the government team. Your time is 4 minutes. Start from now.
Hello. Well, today's argument is different from the first speaker of the opposition candidate. Overfishing and pollution is one of the main factors of the destruction of the marine ecosystem.
I'm sorry, Judge, can you hear his voice?
Hello.
Maybe
Hey.
you can move not too close with your friends.
What? Can you repeat?
It is
Maybe use
echoing.
your
I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but let's go back to the main topic that we're discussing today. Well, my first speaker said that the government. I would like to further emphasize to the opposition team that even though it's not climate crisis is not the main factor, it is the main what I've had is increase the level of CO2 absorption by the oceans, and this could mean that the entire ecosystem base is destroyed just because of a higher level of carbon dioxide in the air, and also that there's sea level rises. The main factor of the destruction of our marine ecosystem is actually more highly backed by the sea level rise, because a sea level rise, it means that the acidity, the saltiness of the ocean will change by a couple of years from now, and that's why climate crisis is the main factor in destruction of the marine ecosystem. Also, based on National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA, indicates that climate change leading more intense and frequent storms that can cause physical damage to coral reefs and other marine ecosystem. Thank you.
Can I answer one question?
Let's take an instruction.
You did say overfishing and say that climate crisis is not the main factor. Am I correct?
It is the main factor.
Okay, the second government, maybe you can close your speak.
Excuse me? Can you
You have done your speech?
Oh, no. My arguments are done.
Oh, okay.
It's up to you to rebut that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Speaker 2 from the government team has spent time for 3 minutes and 14 seconds.
Okay, thank you so much for the second second speaker for the government. Now we'll continue to the second speaker from the opposition team. Your
Greetings,
time.
Honorable Judge. Oh, nice.
Wait, you want to add something?
Excuse me?
Interruption was. For the interruption, you can just unmute your mic, okay? And
No,
then,
I am the second speaker.
yeah, there are some chat
Oh,
in there. Yes, I just want to answer the question. Okay, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, we will continue. Okay, we will continue to the second speaker of opposition. Your time is 4 minutes. Start from now.
Greetings, honorable judges, fellow debaters, and our lovely opponents. It is an honor to be presenting here. I am Iva Christer Jivensen, will act as deputy leader of opposition. I will be explaining two main points, which is other factors that leads to disruption of biomarine ecosystem, and also why is the climate crisis is not the main factor. But first, allow me to rebut what they have stated. They have stated overfishing, which means they have supported our opinion, our team's opinion, and didn't state. They state that other factors like overfishing. That means they didn't explain very well about climate crisis becoming the main factor. Okay, first of all, I want to. My first point is the reason climate crisis is not the main factor. They failed to overlook other factors like invasive species, which is a natural disaster that is caused by nature, and also pollutions and human activities. Instead, they are too focused
Interruption.
on.
Do you mind?
Sorry. No, thank you. Due to human activities in the world of fishing, including bombing, overfishing, and this has disrupted the bioecosystems and other nature causes like invasive species, the government also assumes that the bioecosystem is balanced. However, not every biomarine ecosystems are balanced. There will always be a natural disaster, like I mentioned before, invasive species. So climate crisis is not always the main point here. Then for my second point will be other factors besides climate crisis because of the outraging outfishing, like they have stated before.
Interruption.
Overfishing no, thank you. Overfishing does not cause either climate crisis, but disrupts the ecosystems because of the loss of primary consumer, producent, and other roles in the ecosystems. There is also another factor to consider it, which is global trade. Like overfishing, global trade demands excessive amounts of marine creatures for supplies and demands happening over the world. Countries would export and import huge amounts of fishes or other marine animals and capture them to sell in the stock market, to purchase or trade in the global trade. To sum up of what I said, I have summed up that climate crisis is not the main factor, and there are other human activities that they also mentioned, which is overfishing, and there is also a natural cause beside that. There is also a natural cause, which is invasive species and others, which is very proud to present. Thank you.
Speaker 2 from the government team has spent time for 3 minutes and 16 seconds.
Okay, thank you for the second speaker of the opposition team. Now we continue to the third speaker of government team. Your time is 4 minutes. Start from now.
Firstly, I would like to emphasize what the first and second speaker from the government team has said. To summarize the points that made by our first and second speaker, is that we are explaining that why is climate crisis the main factor of the destruction of marine life. And I've heard from the second speaker for opposition team that we said something that about overfishing, but no, we didn't. Maybe you have misheard us or something. No, we didn't. What we were explaining was the impacts and the reasons as to why climate crisis is the main factor of the destruction of marine ecosystem based on our research that we have done, such as the second level sea level rise. According to a study by IPCC or Intergovernmental Panel Climate Change, rising sea levels is another consequence of climate change, which is that can head to critical loss of marine habitats, such as mangroves, seagrasses, and many more. And in conclusion, the climate crisis is a major factor in the destruction of marine ecosystem. It's clear that urgent action is needed to mitigate this impact and protect our ocean for future generations. It's not just a future
Recording
threat.
stopped.
It's already causing significant damage.
Interruption.
No, thank you. And it is the main factor. And that's it.
Speaker 3 from the government team has spent time for 1 minute and 52 seconds.
Recording in progress.
Is my voice clear? Question. Your time. Your time is 4 minutes. Start from now.
Okay, so good morning, fellow debaters and respectable judges. My name is Stanislaus Berglen, and I'm here for the opposition whip. Let me talk you about the narrative that waits for the opposition isn't only as a narrative, but meaningless and worthless narrative. This is not only a small issue to be redeemed, but they will find out through my narrative that most of it has already happening. So the main two culprits that are responsible for the destruction of marine ecosystems are the pollution and especially overfishing, as my first and second speakers have said. Before I state my points, I would like to emphasize our government points, which is the climate change is not the main factor in the destruction of marine ecosystems. Next, I would like to emphasize my first speaker debate. As my first speaker has said, that pollution, including plastic waste, chemical leaks, oil spills, and etc., to the ocean that caused by human beings are a very large threat to the marine ecosystems. What we mean by this is, I would like to reject the interruptions. Okay, next.
Okay.
What we mean by this is toxic, very dangerous pollutants provide really massive impact and horrendous threat to the marine ecosystem, causing destruction to the meticulous balance to the ecosystem. They can even directly kill the wildlife by getting stuck on the pollutants as well as the marine ecosystems. Secondly, fishing, including the pollution, as well as overfishing and invasive species, specifically human activities in the world of fishing such as bombing, actively greatly disrupted the biomarine balance. Bombing can harmfully kill and disrupt the marine ecosystem by crushing and ruining the world of marine ecosystem, such as the coral fish and especially the corals by destroying them. In conclusion, while we learn the significant role of the climate crisis in shaping the future of our oceans, marine ecosystem destruction is a complex phenomenon influenced by a ton of factors, including human activities and pollution beyond just climate change. As responsible towards our sea, we must address this challenge strictly and recognize the real main factor in the destruction of marine ecosystems. Thank you.
Speaker 3 from the opposition team has spent time for 2 minutes and 59 seconds.
Okay, thank you so much for the third speaker from the opposition team. Now, we will continue to the replay speaker from the opposition team. You have 3 minutes. Start from now.
Thank you for the time. So the opposition has previously stated multiple points and multiple factors on why there present other factors other than climate crisis in the destruction of marine ecosystem. In response to this, however, the government team has simply said, no, it isn't, and has furthermore given more points on why climate crisis is a factor. So our team has successfully contrasted our factors with climate crisis and has successfully stated that our points still stand even under the scrutiny of the opposition. And yet, the government has neglected to give a definition and has only furthermore doubled down on why climate crisis is simply a factor. They've only stated that no, climate crisis is the main factor and has not given any reason why it is the main factor. While our team has stated that overfishing, pollution, human activities, bombing, such as all of these things give a more prevalent, more direct, more immediate, and very real threat to our marine ecosystem. This is why I think that this debate has been won by the side of the opposition, and the government has failed to meet the expectation of the debate. Thank you very much.
Replay speech from the opposition team has been time and 47 seconds.
Okay, thank you for the replay speaker from the opposition team. Now we continue the last speaker, the replay speaker from the government team. You have time 3 minutes and start from now.
We still believe that the main factor in the destruction of marine ecosystem is climate crisis, because humans, we can regulate humans, there are policies in for overfishing and all of that, because humans can think if the overfishing is not really beneficial anymore, then they will stop. But the climate crisis here is not really a factor that we can control, because the sea level rise is what we can't control. The ocean acidification, what we can't control. And the melting polar ice caps is also what we can't control. Humans, we can control it by regulation and other such things. So I still believe that climate crisis is the main factor in the destruction of the marine ecosystem. Thank you.
A speech from the
Okay, well, the two teams has delivered their speeches, and please give applause for their dedication. Okay, now it's time for listening judges' comment. We still have 10 minutes So please, Miss Tachi and Mr. Good, maybe you can give us comment and advice.
Okay, let me be the first. Can I? Okay, guys. Thank you so much. I really thank for all of you because start from the first round until the third round here, and I just wait every single session which one that can up my my energy, and all of you guys success to level up this debate competition. So congratulations. I feel the atmosphere, I feel the vibes of real debate competition, especially in national school debate championship, and I really excited to hear your argument, how you show your opinion and show us about the strategy or method, and I'm really happy to watch your show this session. But I have still a note. When you try to show your argument, don't forget to manage your time, elaborate your argument, and making connection of the argument and what is the goals or what is the motion stand for, especially when you are in opposite or government team. But yeah, I congratulate you again. I'm really happy. Finally, I find a team. Good luck, and I hope I can see you in final round. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Miss Tachi. The next is Mr. Good. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Well, okay, hello everyone. I'm Mr. Good from Syari, Kampung Inggris, Paris. And here maybe I'm going to deliver several notes from me for you. It is nice debate, by the way. But however, we have to give you several evaluations to make you better in your next competition, hopefully. Jadi di sini saya akan menuliskan beberapa poin ya yang sudah saya catat dari penampilan teman-teman. That's what Miss Tachi said. All of you are great, exactly. I think that you have to make the preparation for your next round. Jadi untuk penampilan berikutnya kita berharap teman-teman punya preparation yang lebih bagus lagi. Karena seperti biasa kita akan menilai teman-teman, ya, we assess you based on 3 points, right? So the first is your content, isi dari speech-nya teman-teman, and your style, gayanya teman-teman. Kemudian your strategy, strateginya teman-teman dalam memaparkan itu, ngatur waktu dan sebagainya itu kita nilai. Dari sisi isi ini tadi sebagaimana disampaikan oleh Miss Tachi, bagus banget ya, semuanya bisa menyampaikan dengan cukup baik, argumentasinya, bertahannya, mengelaborasi idenya itu bagus. Mungkin yang kurang adalah dari sisi persiapan gaya ya. Jadi kalau di gaya ini yang masih banyak keteteran, baik yang di pertama tadi, yang kedua, ketiga itu masih bisa dibilang butuh untuk dikuatkan lagi. Terkait dengan gaya ini, sebagaimana yang sudah kita sering sampaikan bahwa debate is an art of communication. Jadi debate itu kan satu seni komunikasi. Ini juga a kind of performance, exactly. Ini sebuah penampilan juga, the show, sebuah pertunjukan yang harapannya bisa menampilkan sebuah vibes yang tadi dibilang Miss Tachi nggak bikin beliau ngantuk gitu. Jadi jangan sampai teman-teman tampil Miss Tachi cari bantal kan gitu. Nah itu maka harus dipersiapkan dengan sebaik-baiknya. Seperti apa? Seperti ketika upayakan memang teman-teman itu ya menggunakan eye contact dengan bagus. Kalau bisa penampilan itu ya mungkin dadanya kelihatan, tangan terlihat ya ketika dalam video seperti ini. Seperti salah satunya Mr. Danang tadi bagus itu ya. Mr. Danang kan terlihat banget tuh ya, wah, tangannya itu ketika gerak itu kelihatan. Jadi jangan sampai kemudian teman-teman tidak terlihat malahan. Tadi yang saya koreksi miliknya Mr. Sebastian ya. Mr. Sebastian ini terlalu ke bawah gitu ya. Akhirnya kayak Sasuke gitu. Kok Sasuke, Kakashi ya. Karena nggak terlihat akhirnya kan. Harusnya kan bisa lebih menunjukkan ininya gerak tangannya. Padahal nada omongnya teman-teman ini semuanya tadi udah keren loh. Lumayan menggebu-gebu ya. Tone-nya itu bagus banget. Itu kalau kemudian diimbangi dengan gerakan tangan, eye contact yang bagus, well it should be a very excellent performance I guess. Pastinya akan keren banget ya. Terus kemudian juga jangan terlalu menunjukkan diri bahwa Anda kayak baca keseluruhan teks ya. Jadi kalau tadi saya perhatikan kan banyak banget yang atau ada yang masih terlalu terlihat membaca banget gitu. Misalnya apa Mr. siapa tadi? Mr. Aibel, Mr. Aibel ya nyebutnya ya. Itu tadi agak terkesan kayak baca gitu penampilannya. Termasuk juga Mr. Adila, ada Mr. Adila tadi ya. Itu nunduk terus tadi. Hampir banyak nunduknya daripada melototin kamera. Jadi saya khawatir duitnya hilang atau gimana gitu kan, mungkin kok nunduk terus nih orang. Jadi next round itu tolong gunain nih kamera untuk teman-teman natap ke layar gitu. Kalau memang debatnya via ini ya, via online. Dan tampilkan gerakan tangan yang bagus. Tadi Mr. Danang itu udah keren tuh. Apalagi backgroundnya kan kayak di aula gitu ya. Wah itu ngeri banget itu backgroundnya. Kayak di kayak kantor DPR tuh kayaknya. Terus cuma sayangnya tadi kelemahannya Mr. Danang apa? Terlalu suaranya menggema kan. Jadi suaranya itu menggema sehingga saya tadi serasa di awal-awal Mr. Danang tampil kayak mendengar, serasa lagi nonton konsernya Bang Haji Roma Irama gitu. Ini kok jadi saya ya kan jadinya kan nggak nyaman gitu. Jadi lain waktu ketika tampil lagi upayakan dicek dulu, cek sound dulu. Ini aman nggak? Kalau aman lanjutkan, kalau enggak cari tempat yang aman ya. Jangan sampai kita merasa pengennya nonton debat malah nontonnya konsernya Bang Haji Roma Irama kan jadinya nggak etis gitu. Nah, tapi overall seperti yang disampaikan oleh Miss Taci bahwa teman-teman sudah menampilkan sebuah perdebatan yang luar biasa, amazing, tolong itu dipertahankan dan saya berharap semoga bisa ketemu lagi dengan teman-teman di next round ya. So good luck everyone and Godspeed, thank you, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sorry for everything.
Okay, thank you so much for all judges for the advice and comment. I think because of time, we must to move another match. Okay, thank you so much for all the team. You have done well today. And for buttons, you're welcome to exit the Zoom room.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Good luck.
Thank you everyone. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
This is the fourth round.
It is, yes.
Okay.
There will be one more after the break time.
Oh, I think two groups, no? Two rounds.
Okay. May I begin this session? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Thank you for coming to this debate session. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Trinasna Camila, or you can call me Lala, as the moderator of Smention 2023 English debate category. We will guide the course of the debate in this very morning. Okay, Mr. D, maybe you can use first. Okay, in front of us, there are two amazing judges. Mr. Erdogan Eko PSS, as known as Mr. Good, and Miss Umi Carlson SSA, as known as Miss Tachi. Also, there are two remarkable English debate teams that already joined and look so impressive. From the SMIN Satu Dramaga as a government team, and from the MA Hadratul Sharafnain for the operation team. Is it correct? Okay, before I begin, let's check the audio first from each team. The government team, can you turn on your mic? Say something?
Hi.
Say something? Say something? Hello. Do you use the earphone? The earphone on the neck? Because
I'm sorry, wait.
You're too close to your friends. And
Is this better?
That's better.
Okay.
First speaker, please. Say something. Okay, clear. And the second speaker. Please say something. Okay, I think if we are too close because it make an echo, you can move to another place. To prevent an annoying voice.
Ada yang tadi keluar.
First. Okay, now the operation team. Can you turn on your mic?
Ici di situ, itu.
Okay, SMN satu Dramaga, you can. Okay, try again. The third speaker.
Tes.
Hello.
Unmute.
Okay, it's better.
Okay.
Okay, it seems good. Okay, you can mute your microphone. The opposition team, please speak.
Test. Hi. Hello, test.
Clear? Okay, it's clear. Okay, now the rules were explained previously. Do you guys already understand about the rules?
Yes.
I understand.
Okay, then we will start the debate match with the motion. Deforestation is the main factor causing the 2060 hydrometeorological disaster. As reported by BMKG, hydrometeorology is a natural disaster phenomenon or disruptive process that occurs in an atmosphere, water, or oceans. If not taken seriously, this will cause a massive impact on the face of the earth. So we must find the root of this problem. Soon we will listen to the extraordinary argument that will be given by the youth of the nation with the motion. Deforestation is the main factor causing hydrometeorological disaster in 2060. Now we will start from the first speaker of the government team. Okay, you have 4 minutes to speak, starting now.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning, the honorable adjudicator, Miss Tachi, Mr. Good, timekeeper, and moderator, Miss Lala. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me introduce myself and my teammates. My name is Mutiara, the first speaker of the government team, and I will be introducing the topic, which is deforestation is the main factor the 2060 hydrometeorological disaster. And we strongly agree with that. And the reason why we agree with this motion is according to it Thorsberry NASA.gov. Direct causes deforestation RG agricultural explanation with extraction beyond example like lodging or wood harvest for domestic, full or casual, and influence such a rebuilding or urbanization according to perhutani.co.id. The increasing prevalence of illegal logging will make the forest increasingly debuts will of course trees rain comes the water will overflow because it cannot be absorbed by the tree roots. A result of deforestation, there is reduction in disaster, for example, like floods, landslide, forest fire, and our second speaker will be enlarging and continue our argument. And this is my sister, Shawina Ilashanas, as the second speaker. She will be enlarging the topic. My sister Gania Aurasya Ferdinand, as the third speaker, she will be summarizing the topic that we have. 5 factors to talk and discuss. What is the deforestation? The forest is a forest land that has lost many trees, so that has become damaged empty land. The new forests are caused by several causes, but mostly due to human activities. Even though forests have an important role in balancing natural ecosystem, according to bobo.id. Hydrometeorological hazards are of atmospheric, hydrological, or oceanographic. Hydrometeorological or oceanographic nature that may cause loss. Fraunhofer.da. Hydrometeorological disaster are disaster caused by weather activities such as hydrological tile, rainfall, temperature, wind, and humidity. The forms of hydrometeorological disaster include floods, storms, forest fires, landslide, cyclones, and cold waves and heat waves. According to bpbd.bogorkabupaten.go.id. The factors that we have, the first factor is deforestation causes a lot of hydrometeorological disaster. The second topic is hydrometeorological disaster can pose a direct threat to livelihoods. The third topic is carbon emission could run ozone layer because the earth absorbs CO2. 2021 data from BNPB disaster are caused by hydrometeorological. The last factor is total of 470 disasters of Indonesia in 2023.
Time is up.
Oh my.
Okay, thank you very much for the first speaker for the government team. Now we'll continue to the first speaker of the opposition team. Your time is 4 minutes start from now.
Okay, Bismillah. We all know that our world is not okay. It's sick in every single way, in terms of land, water, air, even population. And each year it's experiencing a degradation, okay? And it will be a never-ending conversation if we talk about our environment. But before I continue, I would like to say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the educative jury, the hardworking committee for letting us to be here today, the timekeeper, and our amazing opponents. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sabrina Dewi Nugroho from MA Sharaful Haramain Islamic Boarding School, speaking as the first speaker from the opposition team. And there are my two colleagues, Saliha Rodul Jannah as the second speaker, and Arzachia Safedra as the third speaker. Okay, so let me start. The government team said that deforestation is the main cause of hydrometeorological disaster. But we, as the opposition team, strongly disagree that that is the main cause. Because, let me start from the definition, okay? So, deforestation is the removal of trees from forests or other lands on a large scale for the facilitation of human activities. And hydrometeorological disaster is a process or phenomenon of atmospheric, hydrological, or oceanographic nature that may cause loss of life, injury, or other health impacts. Also, that can cause property damage, loss of livelihoods and services. And the hydrometeorological disaster, there are floods, hurricanes, cyclones, typhoons, and droughts. So we would like to state that actually it's not because of deforestation, because the main impact that this deforestation itself cause, deforestation is forests, right? So the cutting downs of forests will make more carbon emissions. And we think that deforestation impacts they will cause loss of biodiversity, damage natural habitats, and produce more carbon emissions, and also the displacement of natural habitats. So that are the main factor that are caused by deforestation, okay? So hydrometeorological disasters also could be caused by water itself and wind, and also could be caused by human activities, and there are a lot of human activities are already destroying this world, as you can see. So our state, as the opposition team, strongly disagree with this motion today that deforestation is the main factor of the destruction of hydrometeorological 2060 disaster. Thank you.
Speaker 1 from the opposition team has spent time for 3 minutes and 19 seconds.
Okay, thank you for the first speaker of the opposition team. On another view, each team can be interpreted for 3 times, start from the first minute until the last 1 minute. You can just turn on your mic to ask permission, and if allowed by the team, you have time 20 seconds to do your intro. Now we will listen to argument from the second speaker of the government team. Your time is 4 minutes. Start from now.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to the honorable educator, Mr. Good and Ms. Tachi, and I would like to say thank you to the moderator, Ms. Lala, and the timekeeper for this amazing experiences and opportunity. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Shawinaila Shahnaz as the second speaker from the government teams, and I will enlarge the arguments that my sister from the first speaker in government team has already said, and I am strongly agree about deforestation is the main factor causing the 2060 hydrometeorological disaster. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before I got into my arguments, first of all, rebuttal. The first speaker from the opposition that it's not causing by the deforestations, while business agricultural kinds, and that is statements by the UKR .orl. And the third argument of our is carbon emissions could ruin the ozone layers. It's because there are no trees to absorb the CO2, and it caused a climate crisis and hydrometeorological disaster and climate change, and that is states and published at the chicago.gov. So carbon emissions could ruin the ozone layers because of deforestation, ladies and gentlemen. And the fourth factors is in 2021, data from BNPB recorded 3,008 disasters in Indonesia by deforestations. So logically caused by a rainfall, temperatures, and wind. And this statement is uploaded in compass.com. So hydrometeorological is actually the factor and the main factor because causing that hydrometeorological disaster in 2060. I'm sorry. And the last but not least is a total of 4,094 disasters struck Indonesia in 2023, with the most frequency in Indonesia is influenced by a forest land fires, followed by floods, extreme weather, and it's projected to continue in 2024. And that statement is uploaded in compass.com. So I strongly disagree about this motion, as I already told that deforestation is the main factor. And the arguments that I already tell, all of them is because of deforestation. And the first speaker from the opposition team said that it's hydrometeorological is a floods, and floods is by deforestation because the trees is actually absorbing the water. So are you actually agree with our statement, sister? Thank you very much for your attention, and I will return it back to the moderator. Thank you so much.
Okay, speaker 2 from the government team has spent time for 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay, thank you for the second speaker of the government team. Now we'll listen to argument from the second speaker of the opposition team. Your time is 4 minutes start from now.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Saleha Radhatujana as the second speaker. Before I begin, I would like to say thank you so much for everyone here for allowing me to give my statements here today. Now, before I go to my argument, I would like to rebut the government team. The government team said that deforestation is the main factor of hydrometeorological disasters. Well, if we look at the facts now, Indonesia as a country full of trees of natural resources, and one of it is like trees. Like Indonesia is full of trees now. But does that mean that Indonesia doesn't floods don't go in Indonesia? No. Well, to be honest, if you say Indonesia is the most one of the most countries that have floods in them. Okay. Now going to my statement. Water and wind is the main cause of hydrometeorological disasters. So when talking on deforestation, it only plays a little role in this disaster, but it does not play the main role in this situation. Now, severe weather with heavy precipitation could bring unexpected hydrometeorological hazards, such as, then again, floods and many more. Like in Indonesia, flood disaster results from extreme rainfall, and it keeps increasing with this climate crisis. Now, precipitation in many different forms at the upstream and leads to flooding when it is too high, and droughts when it's too low. So really, a place can have a lot of trees but still be prone to hydrometeorological
Objection.
crisis. Yes.
Objection. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
You stated about the floods. What about the landslide? Floods actually is caused because there are no trees to hold in the land, and landslide is actually caused by deforestation because like my sister has already said, the deforestation is where there are no trees to hold the soil, and which when the soil cannot be held together, there could be landslide and there could be a lot of floods in Indonesia. Like we stated that there are data from BNPB
on 2021 and 2023. Thank you. So what about the fact that it can be caused by deforestation? So it's not just a little impact, it's actually a lot. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much to the government team. What you said was, yes, deforestation. You said that deforestation doesn't have has a big impact. Now, we're talking about like, let's go talk about the movie Sexy Killers. Now, in this movie, it shows that the government in this documentary. I'm sorry, it talks about how the government they did mining to now this mining caused this erosion and landslides. So not exactly deforestation, but also mining also what is it called? Causes these landslides and erosions. Now going back to my argument. So really, a place can have a lot of trees, but still be prone to hydrometeorological disasters. So the problem here isn't the deforestation, but it is the weather participation, and trees don't control that. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Speaker 2 from the opposition team has spent time for 3 minutes and 1 second.
Okay, thank you so much for the second speaker of the opposition team. Now we will continue to the third speaker of the government team. Your time is 4 minutes start from now.
Thank you for the Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the honorable adjudicators, timekeepers, judges, and moderators. Like my sisters has already stated, that we strongly agree that deforestation is the main factor causing the 2060 hydrometeorological disaster. And on this topic, we have 4 factors. The first factor is that deforestation caused a lot of hydrological disaster, such as landslide, because there are no trees to hold the soil together, which is stated on wildlife.co.gov. And my sister has already said that the trees is the first function to hold the soil together. So when the opposition team said that deforestation caused a little of the hydrometeorological disaster, I strongly disagree on that, because it does not be a little factor on this problem. So the second factor that we have is that hydrometeorological disaster can pose a direct threat to lives and impact livelihoods by damaging and destroying transport links, power supplies, businesses, and agricultural land, which can destroy the living being habitats, according to ukre.org. So hydrometeorological disaster that is caused because of deforestation doesn't only impact the forest itself, but it also can impact the lives of many others. The environment itself can be caused by this problem. The third factor is that carbon emissions could ruin the ozone layers freely because there are no trees to absorb CO2 that is caused by humans, and the climate crisis is also caused by CO2. So because there are a lot of carbon dioxide in this world, because of the trees can't absorb the CO2 because of deforestation, it could cause a climate crisis, and it could rise in our temperature level. That can cause the ocean level to rise temperature. So it is also a hydrometeorological disaster, which can cause floods and many others. For the fourth factor, I have in 2021 data from BNPB recorded 3,018 disasters in Indonesia are hydrometeorological caused by rainfall, temperature, and wind, according to compass.id. And it can cause floods in Indonesia. So hydrometeorological is a main factor of this disaster, and it's caused because of deforestation. So as my sister from the opposition team has already said, that deforestation caused a little impact on hydrometeorological disaster, while from our data, it stated that in 2021 and in 2023, it is not just a little impact on hydrometeorological. So our fifth factor, or the last factor, is that a total of 4,940 disasters struck in Indonesia in 2023, with the most frequent incident being forest and land fires, followed by floods, extreme weather, and is predicted to continue in 2024, according to compass.id. So I will state that deforestation can cause a lot of floods because the soil are not stick together because of the roots from the trees, and it could cause extreme weather because there are no trees to absorb the carbon dioxide that is caused from a lot of things in our world. Thank you so much for your attention. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Speaker 3 from the government team has spent time for 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
Okay, thank you for the third speaker of the government team. Now we're listening to the argument of the opposition 3, the third speaker of opposition. Your time is 4 minutes starts from now.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am the third speaker from the opposition team. Sorry. I would like to strengthen and explain our arguments, but first I would like to rebut the argument from the government team. They said that some hydrometeorological disaster caused by weather and rainfalls, but it exactly supports our fact that this is the main cause that the hydrometeorological is not because of the deforestation, rather it's because of the weather precipitation. And now I will strengthen the first argument, which is hydrometeorological is not because of the deforestation, rather it was because of the human activity. Let me take an example, such as in Indonesia, people around Indonesia likes to throw garbage and litter around garbage. That causes floods. For instance, in Indonesia, garbage littering can clog some water and can clog waterways. Then the water overflowed and flooded the surrounding settlements. And for the second argument, the hydrometeorological is not because of deforestation. It is because of the water precipitation. So it is not because I'm sorry.
Objections, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for the objections, and I will tell. So first of all, you state that it's because of weather. So hydrometeorological is because of weather, but the weather is upgrade. The heat wave is come because of deforestation, so it caused because of CO2. So actually, what would you react for that? That you state that it's because of weather, but it's because of deforestation. So are you actually agree with our statement? Thank you so much.
Excuse me, can you repeat the last question?
Okay, so the last question is, you state that it's because of weather, but the weather is changed and it's going to be an extreme weather because of the CO2, because of deforestations, because the tree is not there and can't absorb the CO2. So what would you react to that? Thank you so much.
But the CO2 was caused by deforestation. That was caused by it was caused not only by deforestation, but it was caused by industrial factories. As we all know, Indonesia uses a lot of fossil fuels to make some electricity. Okay. And for that, we cannot blame deforestation for causing the hydrometeorological. Rather, it was human activity and weather and water precipitation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Speaker 3 from the opposition team spent time for 3 minutes and 58 seconds.
Okay, next we'll continue to the replay speaker from the opposition team. You have 3 minutes and start from now.
Thank you very much for the chance. Now here we believe as the opposition team that deforestation is not the main factor of hydrometeorological disasters. Now, walking back to the motion, it's saying that what is the motion? It's talking about how hydrometeorological what is the point? I'm sorry. Deforestation is the main cause of 2060 hydrometeorological disasters. Now, we see here that it's causing 2060. Now, in this debate, we didn't talk anything about 2060, but I feel like that we have to stress it out there that 2060 is a long way from here. Whereas in front of our eyes, we have more problems more problems that we have to face rather than looking in the future in 2060. Now, going back to the points where deforestation isn't the main cause of hydrometeorological disasters. If you're talking about what is the cause of hydrometeorological disasters, yeah, what we said, it's the weather precipitation. Now, in a country where it's full of trees, full of trees and that doesn't suffer deforestation, it still can. It can still become a victim of the cause of hydrometeorological disasters. Yeah, and then we also said in this debate that what did we say? That the impacts of deforestation, the main impacts of deforestation isn't meteorological disasters, but it's the loss of habitats, it's the loss of biodiversity. It changes the ecology of the ecosystem. Now, from here, we can say that deforestation isn't the main cause. You have to look at the weather precipitation. The trees can't control these weathers, The trees can't control these weathers. The weathers, these weathers come and go whenever, they want. That's like, for example, that's how it is, Yeah. So from the opposition team, agree that deforestation isn't the main cause of meteorological disasters. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Next speech from the opposition team spent time for 3 minutes and 6 seconds.
Okay, thank you for the replay speaker from the opposition team. Now we'll continue to the replay speaker from the government team. You have 3 minutes and start from now.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. Back again with me. My name is Shanas as the second speaker, but now I'm a replay speaker. So good evening, the honorable judges and moderator and timekeeper. I hope you doesn't get bored by our debate. So the first arguments that my sister from speaker and the third speaker has already said, and the second as well as me. So the deforestations cause a lot of meteorological disaster, and that is the functions because of tree is the most important things in this era because the forest has already balding. So if you think that 2060 is a long way trip, yes, it is. So the forest of this right now is already balding. So deforestation is the main factor causing the 2060 hydrometeorological disaster. And the third speaker from the opposition teams, my sister, said that the weather can't controlled by trees. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually control CO2. That means the climate crisis or the climate change can reduced by trees and CO2. So it's actually the biggest thing that deforestation is the main factor causing hydrometeorological disaster. And the third speaker also states that oh wait, I'm so sorry, but the second speaker said from the opposition teams that mining can also be used to wait, I'm so sorry, but landslide can cause because of mining. While in Indonesia, there's actually a lot of people mining on cave, not on the dirt. So landslide is the cause because of deforestation is it. So I am strongly disagree about your arguments and opinion, and I am strongly about the motions that deforestation is the main factor causing the 2060 hydrometeorological disaster. And yes, flood and landslide also because of deforestation itself, because the tree can hold the soil from our earth. So this deforestation is the main factor causing the 2060 hydrometeorological disaster. I strongly disagree about the motions, and I am strongly disagree about your arguments. Thank you so much for your attention. I will return it back to the moderator.
Today's speech from the government team has spent time for 2 minutes and 35 seconds.
Okay, well, the two teams have finished their speeches, and please give applause for their dedication. And now it's time for listening judges' comment. We still have like 5 minutes to rest. Please, Ms. Tachi and Mr. Good.
Mr. Good, you want to be the first?
Up to you. Who will be the first? You or me? Miss Tachi usually be the first one. Ladies first.
Oh, ladies first. Okay, so how are you guys today? Fine?
Fine, we're good.
Oh my God.
Good.
I miss some of you. So today I will not give you the evaluation. I just want to say I'm proud of you, for all of you guys here, and you performs, the best performs for today's round. Oh my God, I'm so proud because some of them is my students, Mr. Good, for your information. So I see the familiar face and I'm really proud of you. Don't forget to increase your skill, your talent, and I'm sure that we will find you on the final round. Good job. Done.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Tachi. Again, next, Mr. Good, please.
Yeah, thank you. Well, yes, that's what Miss Tachi said. It is actually hot debate, I guess. Amazing, great. Even actually, myself who is sleepy, finally I can open wide my eyes because of you guys. Amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, but however, I have to deliver several evaluation, of course, to you to make your debate for the next round can better, better and better, hopefully. Oke, jadi saya ingin menyampaikan beberapa poin yang saya catat ya, seperti biasanya. Secara isi bisa dibilang luar biasa, bagus, menikmati banget, performance-nya bagus banget. Saya sangat respect dengan teman-teman, utamanya mungkin tadi ada Miss Sahnas, ada Miss siapa, Gania ya, yang setiap kali debate itu benar-benar menunjukkan gerak tangan. Jadi memang debate itu harus seperti itu ya. Jadi jangan cuma sekedar kepala yang terlihat, tapi upayakan kalaupun nggak sampai perut videonya, tapi paling tidak tangan itu terlihat. Sehingga memang benar-benar menunjukkan bahwa you show your amazing speech in front of your audiences. Dan saya tadi perhatikan luar biasa, gerakan tangannya, tatapan matanya, eye contact-nya, kemudian apa namanya? Jadi bantahan tajamnya itu bagus banget. Ya. Dan beberapa poin yang juga saya perhatikan adalah alhamdulillah dari sisi pronunciation teman-teman juga luar biasa. Ada tadi mungkin misalnya kalau dari Syarful Haromain ya, ada Miss Sabrina juga luar biasa bagus. Miss Salihah apalagi ini cenderung ke British ya, tapi mungkin harus lebih diperjelas ya Britishnya ya. Jadi supaya bisa lebih clear lagi ketika berbicara. Make it clearer hopefully. Terus karena dan juga memang butuh juga untuk menambahkan kapasitas konten. Jadi tadi kayak Miss siapa tadi yang ketiga itu saya agak susah baca namanya ya. Miss Arzakia apa siapa namanya? Itu juga bagus banget pronunciation-nya. Cuma ternyata kok saya tadi sempat ngeblank ya ketika diskusi kan. Jadi memang upayakan setiap kali kita itu sedang berhadapan dengan teman kita. Tadi kan pembicara ketiga ini dia harus ngeribat siapa? Miss Syahnas ya kalau nggak salah ya. Maka ketika dia harus ngeribat itu dia harus membuat note. Ini lawan saya ngomong apa aja. Ini yang saya harus bantai. Gitu. Sehingga kita tidak ngeblank. Ya. Tadi sempat skip beberapa detik gitu ya. Dan juga tadi kayak Miss Salihah itu ketika di akhir juga sempat sibuk untuk menunggu whisper. Ya, untuk bisikan-bisikan ya, dari orang di sekitarnya. Ini juga berbahaya ya kalau debate. Jadi kalau debate jangan biasakan kita nunggu bisikan. Kita harus kemudian fokus kepada apa yang jadi note kita. Kalau seperti itu nanti akan mengganggu yang lain. Terkait juga dengan pronunciation. Tadi kalau dari Dramaga ada yang pertama Miss Mutiara Zikri benar ya namanya. Miss Mutiara tadi mungkin ada beberapa pronunciation yang juga butuh untuk dikoreksi. Misalnya ketika membaca agriculture, bacanya kalau nggak salah agrikultur apa pokoknya yang saya catat tadi tempat pronunciasinya kurang pas. Kemudian baca result jadinya result ya, jadinya result. Temperature jadinya temperatur. Terus juga terlalu banyak ketawa. Nah ini poin penting ya. Jadi ketika Anda debate itu memang kalau pas Anda nggak lagi ngomong, it's okay. Anda ketawa-tawa, it's okay. Tapi ketika Anda sedang berbicara, maka usahakan kalaupun ada senyumnya memang senyum yang secukupnya. Kalaupun senyum sinis gitu ya. Untuk bisa membuat musuh kita gentar ya. Bukan senyum ketawa cengengesan gitu kan. Jadi walaupun senyumnya yang menunjukkan wibawa kita. Membuat orang itu semakin gentar. Wah ini mengerikan banget nih orang yang saya hadapi kan. Terus juga upayakan ketika memang menyampaikan ini debate ya, itu jangan terlalu banyak melihat data gitu kan. Jadi tatapan mata ke depan kan, gerak tangan. Tadi beberapa kawan ada yang saya lihat sepertinya masih ini ya. Masih agak terlihat membaca. Tapi ya alhamdulillah dibandingkan yang sebelum-sebelumnya, kelompok-kelompok yang sebelumnya, ini teman-teman ini luar biasa banget lah penampilannya. Dan bikin nggak ngantuk lah penampilannya kan. Terus satu lagi mungkin untuk teman-teman yang bagus banget bahasa Inggrisnya kayak Miss Sahnas ini ya. Ketika berbicara jangan terlalu cepat kalau ngomong. Karena agak rawan juga. Rawannya apa? Kalau pas kita itu debate pakai device kayak gini, terus mungkin tahu-tahu ada masalah jaringan. Malah nggak terdengar nanti. Agak slow gitu ya. Bukan berarti kemudian harus slow banget, bukan gitu ya. Tapi agak slow dikit lah. Kasihan juga tadi kan ketika menanya orang dengan kecepatan seperti itu, temen yang ditanya bingung. apa kan nggak enak juga. Jadi upayakan standar lah. Dan jadi meskipun itu bagus, ya, itu bagus bisa ditingkatkan. Cuma kalau kita debate dalam posisi kayak gini akan lebih bagus kalau dikurangi supaya lebih berhati-hati saja. Tapi overall semuanya bagus dan semoga kita bisa ketemu lagi di final gitu ya. Dan semoga nanti ketika di final itu penampilan teman-teman lebih keren lagi. Yang tadi sudah benar-benar ada movementnya itu bagus banget, tolong nanti lebih ditingkatkan lagi. Kita benar-benar pengen lihat battle yang sebenarnya lah di final round ya. Jangan tadi di tim-tim sebelumnya banyak yang saya sindir antum kayak Kakashi aja gitu kan. Karena kelihatan cuma matanya doang. Ada yang aduh kacau deh gitu. Yang kali ini alhamdulillah lebih mending. Dan jadi mohon itu dipertahankan, keep up the good work and Godspeed everyone. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you so much. Good, and Ms. Tachi for the comment. Right. Hopefully we can do better in the judges. Okay, well, thank you to the judges and the two teams who have performed well today. Well done. For both teams, you are welcome to exit the Zoom room. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you so
everyone.
much.
You guys are so amazing. Thank you. Bye-bye. Do we leave the meeting, right? On the breakup room? Okay, thank you.
Meeting.
Miss Tachi.
Hi.